Welcome back, everyone, for episode 3 of the Outer Worlds, Supernova difficulty. I don't remember where we left off. I think I shot a lot of things in the face. I think that was last episode. And I think we're up to going to the botanical gardens. Gotta talk to Adelaide and the deserters. I think I basically did everything else. Yeah. I'll put that on technically since that is the one. And is that not the one? Oh, whatever. Weird. Alright, anyways. Yeah, you respawned. Is it just one? No, it's not just one. I don't need your butt.
Here we go.
Easy. God, I love having a rifle. What's the third one? There it is. Okay. This quite possibly means things have respawned. Yep.
Here we go.
Just those two? Alright, I guess just those two. That's fine. Make our way up this way. Primal.
Let's go. Nice one.
Sit down, please. Come on, Bavardi, you're not even in the fight.
All right.
Ugh. Do I gotta put you on a bigger distance? Probably should have just had you join the fight at that point. I don't see anyone down there. Not seeing anyone in there respawn. Okay. Still clear here. Alright, I think I should be able to make my way up then. Oh, okay. I know I could kill sprats. Okay, anything that moves I can technically kill and probably get some loot from. It's good to know. Still good that way.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Oh, I'm probably trouble no matter what.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking
I don't know
for
you
ain't
either.
here. Move along.
I think specifically what I'm looking for is here.
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one.
Oh, I put my gun
Some
away.
my camp wandering out for another. You want to try standing outside in the heat, keeping your sights open for the next marauder raid? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Yeah, she kind of got the marauders, but upbeat, little strange, love Rizzos.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, marauder camp? Is she all right?
Eh, more or less.
Queen of the Marauders, huh? That's what comes of watching serials. Rots your gray.
A little bit.
If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged. I'll tell you what I can. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
Should probably actually
What is
ask
it?
you about Adelaide.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Alright. Oh, you left. That's so nice of you. Do I have some sort of weird injury or something? I don't know how to check. I mean, obviously I have something going on here. Oh, I'm concussed. Oh, okay. I'm guessing I gotta go back and sleep or something?
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too.
A lot of canid
Something I
stuff.
can help you with? Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
I think first I would like to go in here and I'm gonna sell you some stuff. Fiverr. No. Block, science.
Something I can help you with?
Told one of your numbers gone
You mean
missing.
Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Tell me a little bit about her.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
No, I'm just awesome.
The other day, I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Can you lend me that?
Not much of a chance, no. Mind if I ask why you're interested?
She's living with marauders, dude.
Zoe's living with marauders? Yeah, that sounds like the sort of sideways, sprat-brained plan Zoe'd come up with. Yeah, could be you're telling the truth. Or maybe you're trying to wheedle me into relinquishing my only copy of the Masked Marketeer. It's a collector's edition after all.
I really don't care. Look at my face.
Yeah, you're probably right. A true fan would have displayed a gleam in their eye upon hearing the words collector's edition. Here you go, latest copy of the Masked Marketeer. Tell Zoe we're all waiting on her.
Then I just steal it and never come back. Thank you for your contribution. Much appreciated. Zoe's journal. Good news, I'm alive, starting to feel better too. There's a group of deserters living out of the old botanical labs. They found a way to grow some food, or something that passes for food anyways. Boiled up out of something green and leafy. Yeah. You guys are sick because of your food. Said that no more Edgewater just because yeah, that's her getting sick. That's her getting better. Yeah, we'll take that poster. Oh, another journal. Today's the day, Zoe. Today is the day you take your destiny into your own hands. Yeah, she just kind of wants to be out on her own doing a weird thing. Nothing behind. You just kind of walk around for no good reason, don't you? Taking whatever I can. Bones and gears don't mix. Must be where she sleeps. Yeah, we hacking that. May the Eternal bless my first endeavor. It's been 2 days since I walked away from the life at Edgewater Cannery. Fortuitously, okay. Gonna need some powerful fertilizer. Found another work from Edgewater, ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing. Okay, sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing, delirious. It's one of our flock now. Okay. Repurposing. Flora, living things, the sensitive to their environment is breathing, thinking body. Contend the crops in this region fail because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people acting on behalf of a sterile, inhumane power. Explain it. The secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and natural fertilizer, bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. Gold teeth. I think we know. Yeah, I think we know what happened to that body, huh? Oh, there's my badge. What does that say? Does not grant any privileges or authority whatsoever. So your fertilizer is human bodies.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
It is pretty. I can't get out. I can't get out! Come on. I'm guessing you can steal just about everything in here if you take the right angle to block her view. Yeah, 13 bits, I don't know. You are enamored
If
with
you're
that.
hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Ooh, tons.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
Kind of surprised you managed to grow
The
anything.
soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
And by special... Yeah, looks like you made a home for
A
yourself.
home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why'd you leave your old
It
home?
is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Okay. You know, Reed sent me to,
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
I'm gonna say he's gonna, you know, make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess.
True.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Yeah.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I need to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip him out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What do you got against the
You've
town?
seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Yeah, I don't much like you throwing that in her face.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
You want to tell me what the gold teeth are for?
Haven't you ever seen a novelty paperweight?
Yeah, reminds me of this guy I heard about, you know, someone named Eugene. He had gold teeth. But I'm gonna say your left eye twitches when you're trying to lie.
Whatever absurd accusations you have churning about in your mind, I assure you I have heard them all.
Yeah.
I remember a Eugene. Pleasant enough boy. Whatever happened to him?
He shot himself.
Wish I could say I was surprised. That town has a way of crushing your spirit. At least his remains have returned to the soil where they belong. Except for his teeth, of course. Gold does not decompose. The teeth had to be removed. And while I am no licensed dentist, I should think I did a fair job of it.
Yeah. Okay. So, with science, you're the one decomposing bodies to fortify the soil and help your crops along.
I cannot tell you how refreshing it is to converse with a rational mind. That's exactly right. Rot is necessary for life. A corpse is bursting with the nutrients a young sapling craves. The crops I grow here are natural, nutritious, healthy. My garden does more than fill the bellies of my flock. It keeps them from falling ill.
You seem pretty calm.
The Vale's barren. Been that way for years. Soil's been sterile about as long as I can remember.
But you found a way to grow something?
All I did was follow nature's own way. Death is essential to life. When the spirit leaves the body returns to the earth from whence it came. What remains is a carcass moldering neath the soil. Decomposition is a natural process, essential to new life. All life feeds on other life.
Parvati, what do you got?
Oh, I don't know. If it was me, I'd be glad to volunteer. Keeping others alive, that'd be a beautiful gift to leave. But none of the folk you used had a say. You didn't ask, ma'am. And what about my dad? I talk to his grave every Saturday. Is he even there?
Robert is just where you left him, dear. He died too long ago. By now, he's naught but a skeleton.
I need to think about this.
Whatever you say, my dear.
Let's talk about something
I'm
else.
listening.
When we first talked, you assumed I came here to live.
Getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
And what's that?
Remains to be seen. Might be the woman that saves the Vale. Might be Reed's personal gun hand. People around here lack the strength to effect change. Or they have the strength, but not the will. You seem to have both.
Why are you telling me
A
all
little
this?
prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
You could always continue your way of life
Not
back
under
there.
Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden.
I mean, you cured the plague.
This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that.
You guys obviously have history.
That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me.
Alright. Full story.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Sounds like he has his own side of the story, though.
I could not possibly care less if he does. But you're surely welcome to ask him.
That's enough.
Got it? Inside voices.
Because your back's turned. Mine. Well, I am concussed, but don't have to be dehydrated, I guess. Listen, I kind of want to steal things and unlock this door. I need you to go.
Great work.
Alright. Seems to be it in there. Alright, thank you. Some more goodies. None in there.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
We'll get to Thomas in a bit. We got other stuff to do. Free food. Excuse me, what ripped the doors off? Lots of food. Alright, well, these mock apples are going to be good for a little while. Alright, mines for the back part of town.
It's done.
Just another one of those. Oh, running out of inventory here. Just double check, yeah. Alright, I think that's the stuff to loot. Thomas!
Oh, didn't see you there. I was, Well, I was just occupying myself with a little engineering.
Okay.
Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
Yeah. I think that is a compliment.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Well, I kind of, you know,
No
kind of have
kidding.
two.
Really? Well, which one?
Here's number
Look
one.
at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years.
Okay, we're building computers out of
I
potatoes.
appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Got more.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 2.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. What's on your mind?
How long have you
Couple
lived here?
months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
What are you doing in the wilderness?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean,
Yet Ludwig
I
gets to
was
keep his job.
incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... oh, this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
I gotta get going. Oh, there you are. Okay. Just go tell your person to come back. Get rid of this concussion. Oh, why was there a mine here?
What I wouldn't do for a Wentworth.
Zoe, you need to go back.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. So, you tracked me down just to gab about the mass marketeer? I am impressed. I see what's going on here. I'm being bribed. Well, it's working. I can't say no to my favorite cereal. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Yeah, but you won't be in the middle of nowhere. Alright, I'm assuming... There we go. Concussion gone. We got that. I guess I'll put that in there for now because I got tons of them. Now what do I got? Oh, okay. The caffeine drink. Alright. There we go. Now I can finally go to the plant. Love the backgrounds. I love this stuff floating around. Just great. Get up there. Okay, so much for getting high ground. Guess I can go in this way.
Got it. Heads down.
Alright. I do totally want to be able to steal from people. That is a thing I want to be able to do. I want to steal from Reed, honestly. Let's do 4. I'm gonna do 3 there. Let's do 1, 1, 1. That works.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
Well, now's your chance. Yeah, they broke through. Nothing else in here. I guess disarm the fences. Last scheduled maintenance. Not found. Let's go around. Hit the backside up first.
Wow, great work!
Performing area sweep now.
Here they come!
Nearby unit.
Everyone alright?
Whatever works in the end. How do you guys sound like you're higher ranking? You got nothing on you. Scientist has stuff, but the corporate commanders don't. Take all that, take all that. Let's come down here real quick. Two things. Alright, so here's a side door. I will probably go in the side door. Look around, nothing. Tons of... Let's get rid of some weight here. Some of those are worth a few, huh? Alright, I have all the tech skills I actually need. should have looked about that. I did not look about the auto mag. Alright, we got a front door here. But I'm always a go in the side entrance kind of person. Into the geothermal plant.
The control room should be ahead somewhere and a touch to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
You should actually be half decent against these guys. I love that you climb those things. Messages from Spacer's Choice. Please select 5 subordinates to dismiss immediately. Please contact our schedule your official reprimand. You always gotta schedule your own reprimands. And terminated. No fewer than 5. Investigated.
You're fast.
Just good at what I do. Yeah, they took his head. That's not good. Had to borrow your copy of the Young Spacer's Guide. Repair bay. Chaos everywhere. Mechanical's gone haywire. Gunfire. Hearing some screams. Oh, law. I think that was someone's leg. Like to leave early for the day. Please deduct a delinquency fee from my pay. Thank you. Proud to be a member of the Spacer's Choice family. Oh, jeez. I don't think you got to leave early. Another vending machine. Could get one of those for myself. Am I running out of... I might be... okay, I'll keep in mind. I don't want to run out of water or anything. Some ammo. Money, money, money. I know we don't need to do that yet, so we're moving on. Ambidextrine. Bits, yes, please. Five Mac picks, and I don't have to get that right now.
Wow, you got that?
door. Enter the passcode. Personal files. Chester Higgins found him fiddling with one of the mechanicals. Had to write him up for tampering. Just working on a logic module. Confiscated it. Personal logs. And sit right with me. Replacing guards with auto mechanicals. That didn't go well. Gone crazy. Anxiety is a common. Yeah. So the machines went nuts. Possibly on purpose. We don't know.
Wow, not even a scratch.
Mr. Power. Can I not? See, so possibly 3. That's not what I wanted.
Look at us!
Just a plant worker. Nothing around here. Alright, control armor. Nothing. Oh, jeez. Lots of bits. How do you got so much? Stealth skills. 7 in stealth, 4 in stealth. Ooh, okay. Borrowed a copy down in the pit. Taking to conduct a complete refit of all our mechanicals, every sentry and drone. It's not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to Space Force mission to being cheap as possible, just in case I'm audited? Okay. Just finished a routine maintenance on our mechanical sentries. I found some strange modifications to the logic modules. I haven't had time to run a diagnostic, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know is that these modifications were introduced in a recent refit. Company went through the trouble of refitting every single one. Hey, Jeremy. I'll get you up and running in a sec. I got, Thank you. Logic module. Plasma cutter, break that down. Armor parts, alright. So that's one quest down. That's going to be barred. And away we run. Let's wake up Jeremy.
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice.
You made it out of that
All
junkyard, huh?
systems fully operational. Return journey successfully completed. Spacer's Choice would like to thank you for complying with your duties.
Why aren't you attacking me?
Hostile actions towards Spacer's Choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's Choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist. Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Sure, let's do it.
No, 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 just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. Phantom! You're not real! You're not real! Get away from me, Phantom! Shoot! Scram!
What's up, Nutter Butters?
Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're not imagining me.
Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination.
Okay.
Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Definitely insane. Got it. How long you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Ooh. What exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You're an engineer?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
You know how to stop them?
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with them. I made it this far, right?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
Yeah, more
There's
or
a
less.
behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Alright, you don't seem to care if I take your stuff, so I will. There we go. Yep, they're all angry with each other now.
Great work. Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Okay, keep them quiet.
Security.
You guys killed Jeremy!
Good work.
Oh, I am not happy with that.
Sweeping the area.
Everyone all right?
That's what I get for activating Jeremy. Jeremy, I'm sorry. I was talking to a Nutter Butters. Moment of silence. Oh, I haven't upped that for you. Okay. Just cuz. There you go.
Halt.
I'm gonna go turn in this third manual first. Running back to the gardens.
What is it?
I got her to come back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Yeah.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
Yeah, not exactly.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Yep.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
I mean,
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Yeah, huh?
you know Thomas is into
He's
you,
just
right?
interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
No, I'm pretty sure he's into you.
I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. That's on account of how I never met her. It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Parvati, I hope we meet your mom. I hope we find her for you. Alright, time to destroy a community, one way or the other. Because I could. For experience. For a thing that won't fight back. Did I miss looting these last time? I guess I missed a couple of them.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you, do you understand what you're about to do?
Wouldn't mind hearing your
I don't
opinion,
think you should
Parvati.
cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's been using corpses in her fertilizer. The thought just makes my skin crawl. Sure, she's found a solution, but it ain't exactly pleasant. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
I see your point.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
Glad you did.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Parvati, you are my favorite person. Now, I always feel like they want you to think that's the good one, but I'm pretty sure what I still think is the best is this.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. Even if they ain't care much for me.
Alright, let's go convince the deserters to return. I'm sure at least one person's going to be very not happy with us. Love it. What's up, Adelaide?
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
It's not personal,
You
Adelaide.
killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I can deal with them.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell him what I have already told you. That I know the secret to bringing life back to the soil. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it. The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get Reed
Sure.
to
Suit
step
yourself.
down.
I'll be here.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
I know, homie.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
I'm just being an
You know
engineer.
something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her. You know where to find me.
You know what I want? I want one more level. Because... Actually, do I have 10 sneak? Stealth skills. Sneak at 3. I only need 2 more. How much? You get sneak for dexterity. I need 10. I need physical skills. have that does physical skills is the mock apple cider. So maybe I could use that plus all the armor and stuff. Pickpocket Reed, convince him to step down and still possibly be able to go into his little room. Actually, let me, this has gotta be quicker. Either that or I have to gain a level. Okay. They don't respawn? Okay, good. Oh no, I have to gain a level. It's not a... oh boy. Alright. I have to gain a level. It's not tied to what the number is actually. Oh, it's tied to actually unlocking the thing. I have to find things to shoot. So I'm getting about $3.50 per person. $3.50 per person. Wow, I need 17,000 experience. I'm getting $3.50 per person. I'm not going to be able to kill enough stuff. Jeez. Oh. Well, I know where there's a bunch of stuff to kill if it respawned. Yep.
Here we go! You got him! Wow, not even a scratch. Okay, here we go! Nice one!
Now I get to loot him. Okay. Get out of here. Get out of here. Not allowed to hit her with stuff, let's be fair. I still need 12,000. Oh god. That was only 5,000. There's not enough stuff to kill on this map. Oh god, what am I gonna do here? I really want to know what's in that door. And I don't really want to have to shoot Reed in the face just to do it. Provided, you got any advice on where I can get 12,000 more experience? If I come back here.
Here we go! Don't mess with us!
Okay, that didn't even, you didn't even care.
Here we go! Nice one!
where'd the other ones go? You guys did not respawn. Alright, not looking to... Okay. Oh. Now I need to hope this camp respawned. Might have to go into Edgewater and out or something maybe to get things to respawn some more. I'm over encumbered. Oh boy, okay. First off, oh, there we go.
For me. I'm ready. Down they go. I'll fix you right up. No hard feelings, okay?
Did you do that all on your own? Okay. What am I up to? $7,000 more. How are you always... There we go.
Slick.
Come out and play! Come out and play!
Where else can I go? Not respawning in there. So close to 3,500. Oh, here we go. And there we go. Okay.
Great! Here we go! Down we go! Don't mess with us!
Ah, there you are. Brute, you willing to bet something else is around.
Eyes up!
I just need a little more. Just a little more. Where can I find more things to shoot? Oh God, wait, no, I know where I can get, I know. Drink that real quick. I'm a fool, a foolish fool. First off, repair that. Thank you. Actually, just repair everything. I'm a fool, 'cause I still have a quest to turn in.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
Captain Nutter Butters.
Never seen the Veil lit up like this before.
Yeah, I have that logic module.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile.
Wouldn't say
So
no.
here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Take care, homie. Oh, there we go. There, sneak 40. I know, it wasn't super efficient because that's already at 50, but it's going to get me to there. I'll get some more sneak attack damage too. Perks. I really want the recharge rate, but judging by what we've had to do, I need a sprint speed. Never taken it before because you could always, you know, warp around. Here's the question. There's no way I can do this, can I? I can't even save.
What do you think you're doing? All right, move along.
Damn. I want your, I want to go in here so badly. And I don't want to have to, I lost, I better not have lost a lot.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
About that, she's not going to come back as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
Yeah, you kind of let her son die.
Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child or someone else's. She's never forgiven me. I don't expect she ever will.
Town's falling to pieces,
I have been
man.
holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Her people aren't
I
getting
don't
sick.
believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
The town doesn't eat anything but salt tuna.
You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice salt tuna cannery. We eat salt tuna here, and only salt tuna.
You need her garden, man.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Yeah, she's found a way to grow food, and she'll come back if you leave.
Excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Human corpses.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery.
Yeah, not exactly marauders. This town needs her.
So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
I don't remember him saying this last time. I remember you just kind of agreeing.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
You have to do this,
I
you
do.
know.
Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs.
This can't be easy
I have
for you.
always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
I know, Reed. That's why I like you.
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
You won't last a day outside
I
the
don't
walls,
know.
you know.
I could see myself lasting a week.
Take care, Reed.
You're safer inside the walls.
Heard you've been taking down marauders. You some sort of freelancer? Got my sights on you.
I wish I could get you both to look away from him.
Got my sights on you.
I don't feel like he actually deserves to lose his job. But he has to.
Huh?
Behind you!
Here we go. Don't mess with us.
You guys just had to respawn, didn't you?
Here goes nothing. We did it.
times did I run past that and miss it? Like 6? 7? Well, Adelaide, you got your way. Reed's gone.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Edgewater's probably better off
You're
with
telling
you.
me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my
You could
persons.
just do both.
Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
You could probably just do both. Keep the cannery as a business, but have some people.
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
Adelaide's moving back.
Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town.
Yeah, about
Something
that.
must have changed in Edgewater. Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
Never liked Reed much.
Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
Okay.
Don't see why Thomas can't just get the generator up and running. Something I can help you with?
You're even worse than him, aren't you? Where's Zoe? Steal some of that fun stuff. Missed one of those. Yeah, seriously, where's Zoe? Oh, here you are.
How do you expect me to enjoy the adventures of the masked marketeer with no power?
Go back to town.
Adelaide's okay.
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
Oh, where? Come on. I just want to look around back. Listen, I know I'm concussed. Can we get rid of the, Are we never gonna get rid of the over-encumbered? Okay. Take those. Well, I think that's everything.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh.
Oh, Parvati,
me
you're so
babbling.
excitable.
When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
I can understand you didn't seem
Well,
happy
it's kind
there.
of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I'm just glad to have you.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
You're so Kaylee.
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
I will.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Now we're
I
talking,
found
boy.
myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain?
Want to know something about someone I'm flying with?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why so passionate?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
Weren't they at least proud of you?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
What's this plan?
The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the grand architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
Okay, but if you can't help follow the plan, then everything you do is a part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction. I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
Fair enough.
What about you? What's your story?
I'm gonna give you the honesty here.
And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
Probably, help unthather us.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
Yeah, seems the right thing to do.
A commendable attitude.
You ain't got nothing smart to do. Might as well do something right. Alright, let's get rid of my concussion again. Now I'm very thirsty. Ah, sorry. Let's do that, and everything should be good. Cool.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Cool.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I got that power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back.
What can I do for you, Captain?
All fixed.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here then. To space. Against all odds.
The communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Yeah, throw it up.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
I'm sure.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do I need the nav key?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Okay. Stop me from just...
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the Hope.
All right.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Yeah, I'll put it to good
Excellent.
use.
I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. But I can go in my room now. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
I'm gonna leave that there. My decoration.
Captain Hawthorne used to be more dashing.
I think I'm pretty dashing. Go down Bedford. The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel? Please finally hear from you. Your message with Harrius. Raised, but it has, I guess it must have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would not unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere message of one's friends. Okay, impounded a ship. Oh. Shrink ray, hammer power, black market leads.
Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean.
Okay.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
What's up with the auto
The
mechanical?
unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify Sam. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for Sam to properly operate. I'll be
Alright.
here.
Let's make a combat ready. Sud Seeper needs an Acid Seeper. I'm giving up on hope. Okay, good news. Okay. Oh, and there's the Vicar. Well, Vicar, I think the same thing. I'd love to have your hack, but I think you're getting health. And I have 10 skills again. So... let's do that. I'll get more cower duration. Do 2 there. How about 3 and 3? Gotta constantly get them more damage and a little bit more health. Keep working that up for now. Okay, that gets rid of that. First wrench Dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Doodles in the margins. Petunia the plant. This is not a petunia. Okay. A stern older man with warm eyes. There's the Vicar. And there's the OSI anointment vial I picked up. It smells like it's whiskey. That's actually great. Tossball trading cards. You got a fair amount of books, I'll give you that. I mean, if you're gonna have stuff up here for me, I might as well take it.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Okay. You learn your trade from your father?
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you're actually good at this.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
You didn't like your classes?
Oh, there were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches.
Go back to Edgewater after
Nothing
school?
much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Ah, break time's over. Let's go to his lab.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors? Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Anything interesting about his lab?
As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
What do you know about Phineas?
There's a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
No.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
Why'd you say that the landing might be
The
rough?
outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
Alright.
Take care. I require a functioning captain to run the ship.
If I die, Parvati gets the ship. Just want you to know, not the vicar. Parvati.
Take someone to watch it.
Can do.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud.
Sissy pigs. What are all these damn things for with fires hiking up it? 3, you hear? You're getting a lot of sissy pigs from a lot of different places.
Nicely done.
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor. Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
For what it's worth, I appreciate you pulling me out of the hope.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your mind?
For some reason you're behind bulletproof glass.
Not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Okay.
Absolutely. Let's talk.
You met my crew yet?
And I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
Yeah, relax, they're with me.
Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. You're a talented scientist, after all. Our kind has always been incredibly popular. Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. Progress. What's on your mind? Absolutely. Let's talk.
Can you ever leave your lab?
Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether.
I meant...
Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia.
Is that what I meant?
Life outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know.
Why are you so obsessed with it, man?
Because we've lost our way. The board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you. People who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense.
If we're all supposed to be the best of the best, why is my backstory got to be janitor or dirt farmer or food taster? It doesn't add up.
Ah, you begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the board and their narrow-minded scientists, you should be a pile of organic sludge right now. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the hope. Get it?
Alright.
We'll do our very best to save them all. I'd best get back to work. I can feel my last dose of caffeinoid fading. Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Okay. Really Sabrian who suffers from attempting treatment regressing, treatment fails, supposed to sell that. He's supposed to be a chaperone. Mop up the melted pig. I worked it out. Explain details later. Will be difficult to reproduce. Need your help. All necessary materials should be present in Halcyon, but location eludes me. Edgewater.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
What's that, Bubbles? Obscure body in the SK system.
Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%. Your old hibernation mask. Had to remove it, you know, in case you were prone to vomiting.
Sure, I'll take it for a second. When I press Alright, that has to do with me. I guess we're done here. $14, remember this time. Absolutely vital. 14, 14, 14. That's 14.
I've shut off the visual feed from my ocular inputs in the captain's quarters, so you're free to disrobe whenever you'd like.
Oh, and I actually got it pristine too. Go figure. Tech. Hack. Intimidate. Sneak. Stealth. Big hack. Oh, I'll just put all you away for now. And keep a nose.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss? We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
Take care of that?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Great,
You
thanks.
are more than welcome, Captain.
Give me the spiel.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Alright.
You got a minute?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure, we can do that.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
No, I think we're good. And I think that's that episode. Finished Edgewater. And we're going to the Groundbreaker next. Wander around there, see what we got coming up next on this. And we're going to take Parvati to go meet Junlei. But I guess that's enough for now. I hope everyone has a great day. And remember to be kind. Just be kind.